a mouthful. So back to revisiting all of these, the family pages. Now, here's Matilda, there's Audie. Likewise, we go through 1894, we assume 1894 because he has been present for conception, and she's born 1895. William Riley, here's Eugene Barnabas Scheidels. Again, remember, years apart. All right, that was just a review. So what are we missing? So we know that the common thread here has to piece together with William Riley and Matilda, but it doesn't logically make sense. Remember, he's 50 years old and she's 17. We know that in 1859, through research and comparing the trees, we know that he married his first wife. 1880, they're both living in McNair. 1883, Barney is born. 1886, she marries another guy named Wiley. By 1894, we know that he has died. We already discussed the possibility of conception. 1895, Audie's born. 1900, he's remarried with a young honey and a baby. And Barney's living with another family, not related to him whatsoever. And Matilda is now a widow. She never remarried at all. She raised all these kids on her own. Go Matilda. Now the paper trail showed that everything still lined up. It was Wiley Gooch. For years, I worked on this Gooch line. I had this amazing Gooch line, and I worked and worked and worked. DNA showed that the match were connected within the last 4 generations. That's, using your chart, you can predict where it's going to fall in. I'm a known proven descendant of Audie Gooch. Up to that point, we knew that I was connected to Audie, without a doubt. The DNA match, she was a known, likewise, proven descendant of Barney. The only common factor was the location and the proximity. Remember, 6 pages away. The 66 centimorgans, this is her mother, JR. She let me have access to her mother's DNA results, which helped immensely. So the DNA match, her mother was 66 centimorgans. It brings us even closer together. Suggested that she and I, or my father, had a great-grandparent in common. So this was done by looking at those trees and, of course, the shared matches. So this is what my pedigree looked like at the time. Whoops, go back. There's Audie, there's Wiley and Matilda over there up on that top corner up here. I don't have a page pointer, I apologize. You see them up there? All right. And see this guy, this handsome guy, Conklin Jones over there? He's still living right back in the back. And my mom is the good-looking lady next to him. So this is the line of descent, giving you a different way to view and understand how everybody shakes out in that family tree. You with me so far? Good. Now this is my DNA matches as they appear now. So congratulations, I'm my father's daughter and my mother's daughter. You know this, and likewise my sister, my little sister over there, Jennifer. Yes, we're really sisters. So yay, I'm so excited. This is my relationship with my dad, and talking about the chunks of centimorgans right there. That's a whole lot of centimorgans. So over 56 segments. So that makes sense. I'm deferring to you. I just want to make sure you're on the same page. And again, stop me if you're lost. Please don't stop. Don't hesitate to stop. All right, and this is what everything looks like when I went to the page. I see all of these things. This is what everything looks like to you, right? Everybody's seeing the new updates. And as I scroll down, I see a series of matches that come up. And these are the matches that I primarily focused on as I sorted out. So we have BB, Crow, JR, Lily, and Shiles. So these are all the matches I focused on as I looked at shared matches. Those were the names that consistently came up. So you know that, hey, we're strong enough matches that I need to see how we all connect. So BB, we figured out that he was a second great-grandson to Audie. So at some point you don't talk to your cousins and extended cousins, you just lose contact, and this is one of those cases. And so when you go to the profile page, you can look at the, sometimes they don't have a tree. It says BB has an unlinked public tree. So that's how it looks now. I would go over there and look at the tree, and this is what shows up. Oops. Well, let's skip that one. So this is what came up. So I recognize that in Audie Jones. this person, they have never responded. It's very frustrating. And I'm over here now that I've solved the mystery, like, I got news. So I figured out how all this sorts out because at least this tree, it was public but not attached. Always go to the person's profile because you never know what's going to be hidden up there. All right. So Audie Jones is Audie LaRee Jones, the daughter of my great-grandmother. Audie Gooch is my and my great-grandfather, Thomas Lee Jones, okay? This is where it is, so we all know that. And that's, again, it takes you to this page. I'm going to take this slide out. All right, so you want to compare the numbers in the shared matches with each. This is where you need to look at your chart. See, it says that little I right there. Now it shows it a little bit more, but the 66 centimorgans over 4 segments. See if you can figure out where that on either side, and it says 66 centimorgans. This is what it looks like now. If you were to go to do it today, this is exactly what it looks like. It shows you right there 66 centimorgans. So it gives you a probability of, and again, keep in mind the law of averages. What are the different relationships that it gives you with an average or falling into 66 centimorgans? Anybody there yet? Third cousin's 3 times removed. Okay. Second cousin. So again, where else could it possibly fit in? Some of them are 0 to a certain number. So it's still where? A half second cousin, yes. And again, it falls into that entire range. You don't just go with the average. It could be any one of those numbers from 0 to another number. Right. So yeah, and you have to consider all of these possibilities. So this is JR. Remember, this is the match's mother, and she was the closest generation. If you can get closer to that generation, that's great. So to my dad, there's 66 centimorgans, my dad right there, and then all of these people. Okay, remember, these are the people I zeroed in on. They kept coming up as I'm looking through the DNA. You're going to look for patterns, recurrences of surnames. You're going to try to see, okay, this name keeps coming up. Maybe I might need to pay attention to it. So to me and this person, Shiles, look likewise at 161 centimorgans. Where does that fall in? This is from me to this guy. Still about the same, if possible, or closer. Yeah, it would bring us a little closer. So I'm giving you an application here. You can't find it?
I have no idea.
Okay. There's two sides to it. So this one has tiny little print. This one is a little easier to read. It sorts it out, groups it right into those groups, the relationships. So 166 total number and the average. You're going to look at the total number, average number. So you're going to look at the average number right here. So 166 is closest to that average from 0 to 236. It gives you the possibility of a first cousin 3 times removed. It's close to number 6. That's your best one. So it gives you all of those right there.
Can you point to that 66 again? I mean, the one, what was the last one that you were looking at?
66?
Previous slide.
Yeah. Can you point to that on your chart where that is?
66 centimorgans, it would fall under 7 or 8. More than like cluster 7 or 8. Yeah, that's what it is. Cluster. Right here. Cluster 7 or 8 right there. 7 or 8. So 66. It's not going to be an exact number, so it'll get close to it.
So it's between 49 and 75.
Yeah. And then look at the next column over here, and it has the range, the number range. So it can fall anywhere in this. This is one of those situations like, stop me if you're lost. Does it make sense? Or you with me or what? Yeah, are you good, or, I mean, I need more clarification, it's okay.
I see it, but it was inside of.
Yes, this is the average one, and this is the range where it can go into. These are 95% that chances it's in this range. I would just stick with these right here. That make sense? No?
99% now.
That means it's a higher probability of this, it's more than likely going to be that. More than, that's why I say,
But you're not looking at that, you're looking at.
I'm looking, well, I'm 90, this one right here, 95%.
Right.
And then this right here, it's that whole range, this is the average number, so in the middle. So, well, that, yeah,
Average 7%.
yes. Okay, we can chat later, because it's, don't feel bad if you're not getting it. It's a hard thing to get, and I'm blowing through pretty fast. Okay. Okay, so when I go, you look at that shared matches. This is where the key is when you're looking at everybody and you've kind of zeroed in on those matches. And you're going to say, okay, who do I also match with? So Shiles and I also shared all of these people. Yes, we identified it since my dad, you know it's on my paternal line. We also shared JP, all of these different people, and you're going to see different these names consistently pop up. Shared matches, always look at them, always. So we have JP, NC, Deb, BB, Crow, and JR, and Lily. So, and I've edited the names for privacy. Some of them have given me permission to use their stuff in there. So how did we connect? We knew that Audie's my great-grandmother, who's also the daughter of Matilda. BB was a known descendant of Audie, so we can assume, therefore, also of Matilda. I know that he is my second cousin, on my father's first cousin once removed. So using that cousin chart. And we all share Audie as our most recent common ancestor. If you have not, that's what MRCA means. So he also matched JR and Shiles, who have a known proven a first cousin relationship. Now the three, BB Jones and myself, that's my dad, Jones. We all had a big chunk of DNA that we all shared with JR and Shiles, and so therefore we knew we shared at least one common ancestor. NC and Crow matched everybody but this one died, but BB also matched others that shared the same DNA. This is important to understand. Just because you don't share DNA with a person does not mean you're not related. It means that chunk of DNA did not trickle down to you. And that's why you always try to test your siblings. That's why my sister's DNA is up there. Why you test your cousins, because they're going to get different chunks of DNA. So just because you're related does not mean you're going to have the exact same chunks that trickle down to you. Are you on the same page now? Okay, good. All right. So how did we connect? We had there was 2 matches up there. Prior to testing, they didn't know that they were half siblings. Surprise. Being that the name Shiles appeared in every single search that I did, I would again, you're looking at location, you're looking at the trees, you're looking for patterns. If you see a name pop up, you better pay attention. There's a reason it's there. So I didn't have any Shiles in my family tree. Nowhere. No variance, you always take into account phonetic spellings, variances of spellings, everything. But the proximity of that 1880 census brought me back to William, Riley, and Matilda. Those were our